And when did you happen to know Louise?
I met Nevelson in 1962.
And you began working with her at that time?
I did. She was represented by the Martha Jackson Gallery in New York. I had a small gallery in Boston. I always loved her work as a young man growing up and seeing her work in the Museum of Modern Art. And I went to visit Martha Jackson and I said, would you help me get a Nevelson show? And I was so young, I was like 21.
Wow.
And I called Nevelson and Nevelson said, why not? I like to give young people a chance.
Ah, but what was the interest of her galleries to help you to be part of it?
It's very important for a gallery to disseminate the artist's works in other locations. So you want to have as many exhibitions as possible in, good galleries. But my gallery was brand new.
Not good yet.
Not anything yet. Not anything yet.
And
in vitro.
in vitro veritas.
And she was wonderful, and we met and we just hit it off. We just liked each other right away, and we became instant friends.
But 62 is the year where she participated to the Venice Biennale, representing USA, right?
And I came to Venice with her.
Ah.
I was at the Venice Biennale with her.
And so you remember what she did, right?
I was there.
So there were 3 spaces?
There were 3 spaces. The works came in, and they were works from an exhibition that Cordier had. And they were going to another museum.
Ah.
And
Cordier is a French dealer?
Cordier was a French dealer.
And French
important.
resistant?
And yes, man from the French resistance. And he was Dubovay's dealer, and he was Rauschenberg's dealer, and Nevelson.
We forgot all that.
Yeah, wonderful dealer. And he, so we had an exhibition going for Nevelson at a European museum, I think in Germany. And the Museum of Modern Art had no money to send works from America. And they were doing the pavilion, and they had chosen Nevelson. So they diverted the European show that was going to a museum in Germany to Venice.
Wow.
Meanwhile, the works came to Venice, and they didn't fit in the pavilion the way she wanted. And so she took the works apart completely and began again with the units of the works, building new works that fit into the pavilion. It was an amazing thing to see. So she was carnivorous with her own works.
Wow.
And recreated them in another way, using the same elements.
And what was striking at your beginning with her? What was striking about her creation?
Her versatility. Incredibly versatile. Very practical. When I drove, I rented a truck and I went to New York and I drove the works back to my little gallery in Boston. When I got there, although I was very careful, there were little chips out of some of the pieces. Mm-hmm. And I was devastated. And so after getting the courage, I called Nevelson, and she said to me, calm down. It's all in the life of the piece, and you will find in a box in the van black paint. Just painted black.
Wow, yes, very nice.
Yeah.
And generous, in fact.
Very generous. Yeah.
And why is this obsession for black?
She thinks it's the most elegant color in the world.
Only?
She loves black.
But
it's not funereal. It's not necessarily
burnt.
Night. It's the shadows that she likes very much, that she can project shapes. And these shapes that she's projecting, that are shadows, are just as real as the shapes that are concrete.
Mm.
So this illusion is what she's interested in.
And it gives really a plastic virtue to the pieces.
It makes the pieces mysterious.
Yes.
These are facades of ancient cultures. And that's what these really are. These are imaginary places.
And what, pardon,
It
sorry.
gives you the facade, and you build the rest in your mind.
Ah. And what do you think of this show
I
in
love it.
Metz?
It's just wonderful. I'm so glad I came. There's some extraordinary pieces here. I'm amazed that she could get all of these extraordinary works.
What are the more extraordinary pieces here?
I think the very large wall that's owned by the Pompidou, and I think the big gold wall is the Tate Gallery.
I thought it was MoMA, no?
The big gold wall?
Ouais,
No,
at
I
the
don't-
beginning.
Is it? I don't know.
I don't know.
I didn't think so.
This is your piece.
Yeah, this is a piece in my collection.
So, why this artillery box?
So she heard about these artillery boxes that were for sale. And it interested her to make something beautiful out of something
Ugly?
that was fearsome. And it's like the biblical expression to pound plowshare, to make plowshares out of weapons, out of swords. Pound your swords into plowshares. And it's a landscape.
It's a cityscape in a way, right? Like
Yeah,
buildings.
I don't see it as buildings. Most people do, but I don't see it as buildings. I see it as a very imaginary landscape with places to go in.
Let's
I
present.
think
And
I think it suggests to me that more exists underneath the floor.
and the fact that it's half open only.
It's a secret.
And do you think the surrealists were influential on her?
Yes.
Did she speak about that?
No, but I think they were influential.
Because, for example, we think sometimes about Max Dern's forest in a 3D, in a sculpture.
Well, think about Schritter's Mare's Bow. I think that's the greatest influence on Nevelson, is Schritter's.
That's interesting,
So
yes.
that's a complete environment. And towards the end of her life, she makes a huge environment called Mrs. N's Palace, which you can walk into.
Yes.
And I think it's a compliment to Schritter's.
And in this show, dance it is explained as something very important for her. What do you think?
Yes,
Why is it important?
she was a dancer. And a lot of the works are very elegant and very mannered. You know, the early works, like the tree, are very much like the pose of a dancer. For me, dance is not as important as it is for the curator of this show.
Yes, obviously, because she doesn't want to give any illusion of movement, right? Of motion.
Yeah, it is not about motion. It's the antithesis. But she was very close to Merce Cunningham and
Cage.
And Cage. So they were very good friends.
But-
and Johns, that whole group.
But do they work together, really?
She never did.
Merci beaucoup.
C'est mon plaisir.